And, there was a moment where I was playing defense against Cade, and he went to the hole, and I got elbowed in the face, like the first possession.
Flagrant elbow.
So that was, a welcome to NBA moment.
What's up, Piston fans? It's your boy, Flagrant Elbow. I want to thank everybody for listening and tuning in. This game, we're going to get straight to the point. And before we do, talking about the first preseason game. Remember, first preseason game. I want to thank everybody. We got 559 subscribers. Thank everybody for tuning in, for subscribing, for liking, and also for commenting on the video. After the video, let me know your thoughts on the first preseason game. And hopefully, at least my community here, our community here, hopefully we're not panicking yet, recognizing and remembering that this is the first preseason game. So let me get into some of my observations. Remembering that it is the first preseason game, I went into the game recognizing that there were a few things that I was looking for. Not for total team chemistry at all, not for a team that looked like they've been playing together for 5 years straight, but for the extra pieces we have individually. I wanted to see what they had to show and produce and put in front of the Piston fans, the fan base, their coaches. Are they going to live up to the hype? Are they going to continue to play like we've seen them play maybe in Summer League, or even the veterans we added? Are they going to continue to play like we saw before they got here? And I was pleased in most situations with everyone. The new pieces, the people we already had on the team, I already knew what they were going to bring. Was interested in Cade, seeing how strong he would be. Cade showed strength. Cade worked on his post game a little bit. We know Cade has the issue with turnovers. That's nothing new. You can't just miraculously affect or stop making turnovers necessarily. You have to be smart in passes and some other things that you do, but it takes time, and we can give Cade some time to continue to work on that. But the rest of his game surely makes up for it, and I'm sure we'll all agree on that. Not necessarily what we saw in the preseason, but what I was looking for out of Cade was his working up, how he looked going against another opponent strength-wise. Did he look stronger? Did he play stronger through contact and some of his post moves? And I liked everything that I saw from that standpoint. Cade bagged the opponent down one time, did a nice little turnaround, bumped him, then did a nice little turnaround shot, and that looked real fluid. The shot was pure, and mid-range game was on point. He was overly aggressive with Brunson there, bagging him down. When that defensive player keeps taking those light, when you're trying to bag him down, he's only going to bag down so long before he starts to flop. And he flopped right at the right time. He baited Cade in good, but that's a veteran. That's a veteran. So wasn't too concerned about him as far as that's concerned. He looked good in the post. Saddiq Bey, he has his ups and downs shooting, but once he gets into a rhythm, he's like the microwave. He takes off from there. Nothing too negative with Saddiq Bey and his game. Corey Joseph, sometimes he has games like he has it in real season throughout his career. That's why he's a journeyman. He's always had times where he's played well. He's had times in games where he's played, and you kind of look at him like, man, you look like an amateur, a guy from off the street that just got to join the team. But everybody loves him in the locker room. He's a good presence. The positives I had were from Jaden Ivy, Jalen Duren, Killian Hayes, and what I seen with Bojan was nice, and also what I saw from Isaiah Stewart. Beef Stew stepped back, hit the three-pointer. Think he missed one or two other ones, but his shot still looks good, like it looked in some of the practice videos we've been seeing. And when it went in, no net, straight in. It looked good, and he looked comfortable shooting it. So I think his best successful position is going to be that 4. He didn't do well rebounding, and he really never has been a good big rebounder. He can get boxed out pretty easily. But Beef Stew overall, as far as a stretch 4 situation is concerned, he moves his feet well on the perimeter. Checking some of the faster power forwards, I'm pleased with Beef Stew's production. Bojan did Bojan. He was Bojan, and what I expected. He looked like somebody that shoots around 40% from the 3. His shots were pure, Missed a couple, but I mean, he doesn't shoot 80% or 100% from three. He shoots 40. And he looks like every time he puts that ball up, it looks like it's going in. That's what I wanted from Bojan, and that's what we got yesterday. And it's just a preseason game. But he looked patient. He looked like he knew what he was doing. And that's what happens when you have years and years of playing in this fast-paced NBA league. So if you're new to a team, a rookie, you're going to have some ups and downs, some bumps, some bruises. A lot of our stars in the NBA right now, first, second year, they showed potential and promise. And as time went on, they became these of all-stars and these great players. Some of them, with the exception of a couple that no doubt made the jump to all-star after their second season even. But it takes time. It takes time. So with Bojan, I expected to see him look like a poised veteran, and that's what he did. And he also knocked down open shots. Let's move now to Jalen Duren. And I'm saving the best for last, in my mind, in my opinion, as I seen the impact they had and who I felt was standouts. Jalen Duren looked very good getting rebounds. He was all over the place getting rebounds, double digits in rebounding. He looked strong in the paint. He's going to have his hands full with NBA veteran centers, but playing against bench centers, he looked good. And he moves his feet well on the perimeter. I think it was the third quarter. He was checking, I think it was Quickly, checking him on the perimeter, moved his feet very well. Quickly tried to step back and shoot a three. The three was an air ball. I think Duren might have got a piece of it. But you see the promise in him. The rebounding, that's something the Pistons desperately needed. Some rebounding help. So we see we definitely can get that from Jalen Duren. A lot of people talking about him going possibly to the G League when he gets here. He may, I don't know what a coach has in line for him or in store for him, but with injury prone Nerlens Noel backing Beef Stew and Marvin Bagley out there, you may want to keep Duren close to throw him in games to shore up some of the rebounding. I would like to see him do a better job of boxing out. I mentioned that in one of the earlier videos I put out about Jalen Duren's performance in the summer game. But once again, he's 18 years old. He's a rookie. He has to learn the game, but boxing out and holding his position, especially on the offensive end, for those offensive rebounds, adding extra possessions, that will be a big plus in his game. But right now, he looks good. Moves well. Looks good. He did look lost a couple times out there, but he's a rookie, and this is all new to him, so it's okay. It's okay. Moving on to the next one. The next person whose game I was impressed with and stood out to me was Killian Hayes. Killian had some moments where I was like, come on, Killian. What they say, same old lines? I was like, same old Killian. Come on, man. But he ended up getting it together, man. The third quarter, he had a couple possessions off the bat, man, where he looked like he was really in attack mode. Move out the way, I'm coming through. I'm coming, here I come right now. He came down there aggressively, one play, I forgot who was defending him, went toward the basket, stopped, turned around, put that left jumper up, and it went in smooth. I said, okay, look at Killian. Another couple times, went down there, found the open man. His passing is very good as a point guard, and that was his downfall sometimes. He would lose confidence, and he was always a pass-first point guard, and we kind of need some offensive production from him. So you can tell he's working on that. He hit a step-back three-pointer. It looked good. His form looks a lot better. So big-time credit to the coaches working with him, helping him get his form together, and big-time credit to him for taking on the challenge of improving in that area. So I've seen some positives from Killian that as the season goes on, hopefully we can get more of that production from him. So I was very pleased with Killian's play for the majority of the game. He had some parts where I was like, come on, but like I said, for the majority of the game, Killian looked good. His defense is always going to be good. But like I said, this is a preseason game. Now, my number one standout for the game is our boy, Jaden Ivy. Jaden Ivy, for as fast as he is, that very first Summer League game, Jaden Ivy looked out of control for the first half. He was 100 miles an hour and getting the air, didn't know what to do, ran out of space, ran out of real estate, out of control. got it together the second half of that first game in the Summer League. It looks like that's still continuing. He played this preseason game poised, very poised. He picked his spots. He got to the rim when he needed to, when it was wide open for him. He went and got to the rim. A couple times he went in there and there was too many trees in there, and he got taught a welcome to the NBA lesson. But overall, Jaden Ivy did good. And for as many turnovers as the Detroit Pistons had in this game, Jaden Ivy had 0. Double-digit points, 16 points, no turnovers, couple rebounds, couple assists. Jaden Ivy was solid for his very first touch of the NBA experience against competitors against NBA competitors and veterans. He did a good job. They got him in the starting lineup, and he held his own out there. So I was very pleased with Jaden Ivy's performance. I was very pleased with Killian, with Jalen Duren. I was pleased with Beef Stew and some things I seen from him. I was pleased with Bojan. I expected to see that, and I got to see it. I'm happy. So overall, with the team, we didn't see Nerlens, Alec Burks. They're suffering from injuries. Found out Hami wasn't playing because he's has an injury he's working on. He said it's no big deal though. And also didn't see any Kevin Knox. I don't know what the deal is with him, but overall as a team, understanding that this is a preseason game, I was not too upset about the loss. I personally like blowout losses sometimes, because when you lose close games, you can have a false sense of security. Oh, we're fine. We just missed that game because we missed too many free throws. They made 2 free throws more than us. Oh, we're fine. We lost that game because they out-rebounded us by 2 rebounds. No, it could be underlying issues there that need to be addressed. Blowouts force you to address those. So even though this is a preseason game, the blowout can help them shore up some things. Let's get some things together. Let's work on this now. And that's all you really want out of this season. And part of the restore, you want them to build chemistry. Chemistry takes time to build. Even a veteran team, if you put 5 brand new veterans in the starting lineup, the first thing the coach is going to remind everybody, hey, this is the first time these guys have ever played ball together. So chemistry has to be built up between the starters that we had out there yesterday. Will those starters start the regular season? I don't know. I personally hope not, because we got to have some rebounding and rim protection in there. I like Bojan. You kind of almost got to start him maybe, right? But we lose rim protection and we lose rebounding with him and Beef Stew out there. I think Beef is better at the 4. Bojan's definitely better at the 4, but you could even slide Bojan at the 5 at times. I mean, at the 3 at times. So it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Casey does with regards to this. But this lineup, regardless who it's going to be, the whole team as a whole has to build chemistry. They built chemistry and camaraderie, hanging out together, brotherhood. That way they can hold each other accountable. That way they can get in each other's face like, bro, you need to chill out with the turnovers. Bro, pass the ball next time when you get in that situation. They can do that because they've built camaraderie and brotherhood. So that was a smart move by Casey and Weaver. That way all the guys on the team can hold each other accountable, and it won't seem like, oh, you're the star, you're just talking to me this way because you're the star. No, I'm talking to you this way because you're my brother. Because we got that type of relationship. So Cade even mentioned how the team gets on him about his turnovers. We need that. Hold everyone accountable. Hold everyone accountable. So anyway, that's my take on the first preseason game. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope you guys also got to see some things out of the players individually that may have checked off some boxes mentally for you. And hopefully we can look forward to some more boxes being checked as the preseason goes on, as the regular season starts, and as the regular season goes and mid-season, that chemistry should be built up, or at least in the final stages of, well, not final, but should be built up enough to where we can see the continuity between the team. But it's going to take time. I think one of my other videos, I put out a warning. Let's not let optimism cause us to be disappointed if we don't have or achieve a certain level of success, even starting off, but also as the season progresses. Let's all have a level head and think clearly on this. So that's what I wanted to share, my take on the first preseason game. I hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. Thank you again for 559 subscribers. That's all I have for right now. Everybody, stay safe.